I'm shooting my second personal video of my YouTube channel. Even though in spite that I had people follow my Instagram and I got a good amount of questions on there. The most consistent question I get asked is how did I start tattooing and what made me want to start tattooing. Both of them are kind of the same answer. I basically grew up watching my brother tattoo. He was always into something creative, whether it was graffiti, painting skateboards, doing tattoos, drawing. He always did something creative, and he's still doing something creative. So it kind of made me want to, he did a lot of creating, no matter what it was. So it always made me want to put something out there and have something that you made and you can put it out there and people always have it. You know what I mean? When people were getting, I'd watch him do a tattoo. And I started out the same way he did, tattooing in your house. And then you go out and then you want to go, the goal of tattooing when you start tattooing is to always be in a shop unless you have enough following to where you can set up a nice, safe, clean area in your house to keep tattooing. But that kind of following doesn't happen without being in a shop, in my personal opinion. If you're successful tattooing without ever being in a shop, more power to you. But I started out tattooing in my house like everybody else. I started tattooing just for the pure fun of it. It turned into a hobby. My brother tattooed. I moved, we lived totally separate apart. I'm 18 years younger than him. By the time he was an adult and had already done tattooing, I had not even started tattooing yet. So I ordered the stuff off. I didn't want to tell him that I wanted to start tattooing out of my house because he's, at this point, a professional, well-known tattoo artist. So I ordered the Amazon kit, the eBay kit, I don't even remember where I got it from. And I started tattooing, got a bunch of oranges, started tattooing, and I had always done something also as well as far as drawing, painting, graffiti, something like that, to where I knew how to create something that somebody might want on their body, but you never really know that until you get started, you know what I mean? The same picture that I draw, I've had it happen many times from older people and mentors before. I might draw something and they tell me nobody's ever going to want to get that, and then I could post it online or something like that, and then before you know it, I got an appointment lined up to get it done, you know what I mean? These are the kind of things that you don't really know until you give it a shot. The point, and my point is, if you don't try it, you don't really fucking know, you know what I mean? So, I practice over there. I never really bit off anything more than I could chew. I can't say that I have a fucked up tattoo. I've had tattoos that I'm not proud of, but I've definitely never bit off more than I could chew as far as, attempting to do a portrait when I had no business doing portraits yet, you know what I mean? So, tattooing friends, family, referrals, friends. At that time, I had been living overseas for a while, and that's where I started tattooing at. And it got to the point to where I decided that I was ready to go to a shop, but everybody where I lived in the Netherlands, which is I lived about an hour outside of Amsterdam, in a city called Apeldoorn. Everybody there spoke English, but the language barrier was still very, very hindering, to where it was hard to get a job that wasn't in a major city like Amsterdam or Rotterdam or Utrecht or one of these popular cities. Apeldoorn is kind of more of a country farmer town compared to something like a Amsterdam. It's what Long Island is to like New York City, just to give a small example. So I had made the decision to finally move back to the States to start pursuing tattooing. I felt like I had done enough as I could at home to where I need to get into a shop and start taking this very serious. Now, the reason that I picked tattooing was at that time I had many hobbies. I had a ton of hobbies. I love gaming. I game religiously. I game more than I work. I love cars. I could have worked on cars. I worked on friends' cars. I do body work. I love motorcycles. I love guns. I have a ton of hobbies that I could have decided to say, okay, this is what I want to go do. But I ended up picking tattooing. A, because it was the funnest thing to do. B, it was the most permanent thing that I did. When you do a tattoo, it's stuck on somebody forever. There's no, you ever want to see it, you just send them a pic, and then I started tattooing while Snapchat was out. You go, yo, can I see that tattoo, how it healed up? They'll send you a picture, and you get that instant gratification that the tattoo healed up really, really nice. You know what I mean? Hopefully. And C, I thought, keyword being thought, that would be the quickest way to get into a stream of income. Boy, was I fucking wrong. I would say, because I was making okay money out of my house, I thought that, as soon as I get into a shop, that the money would just, I'd get better like that and money would just start coming in, and it was drastically the opposite. Moved back to the States. My brother was still tattooing a little bit, but not really. So it wasn't enough to where I felt like I was learning. It definitely wasn't enough to watch and learn, once a month, once every other month. It definitely wasn't enough to learn and say, this is how I'm going to get better. So I ended up getting I thought I was looking for a job. I ended up doing an apprenticeship at a shop here in Reading, PA. That's where I'm still located at the moment. I can honestly say that I learned a lot there. But as I moved here, I was meeting people. They're telling me, I like your drawing, I like this, I like that. They're looking at tattoos that I already did, and then I'm meeting other tattoo artists and other tattoo shop owners, and then they're offering me jobs, and I'm at a place where they're not even letting me touch a tattoo machine yet. As most places don't let apprentices touch a tattoo machine for a significant amount of time, and that's like the old school way of doing things. I'm sure I'll want to discuss that in a different video as far as going about doing an apprenticeship and learning how to tattoo and stuff like that. But just how I got into tattooing, we'll just leave that alone for now. I was there for probably a good 3 or 4 months, and then I hadn't drawn for anybody, I hadn't set up for anybody, I hadn't done a tattoo machine. I'm literally just there being the old school apprentice, and I was watching work leave the shop that was in my personal opinion under standard, and I don't think it should have been. In my opinion, I was doing better work at the time, and I hadn't even been tattooed in a professional shop yet. And then after being there that long, I felt a sense of loyalty to the shop that I was at, and then the mentor that I had, because it was nothing personal as far as me wanting to leave. It was just that I knew what I had to do for myself. You know what I mean? Doing an apprenticeship and then walking out is burning a bridge. There's no just coming back. So I'm out here, I'm getting job offers from other tattoo shops as I'm being in the bottom of the pole over at this other shop. Is a little confusing, because do I go out here and start making money, or do I stay over here and learn what I possibly haven't learned yet? You know what I mean? There's like I don't know the balance there. I ended up leaving because I felt that if an artist at the shop that I was at was doing this kind of work, and I know that I could already do better work than this, I was getting, and I have a job offer over at other shops. I didn't want to make the grass is greener decision and jump right away. I definitely sat and I thought about it, and it was a hard decision to come to, because, like I said, I did feel a strong sense of loyalty to the shop I was already at, because he had taught me so much already, but he was also holding me back so much to where he wasn't letting go of the reins enough for me to want to go out and learn more and actually be tattooing. And remember, the whole reason I got into tattooing was to create, and I wanted to create more than a clean floor at a tattoo shop. So that was the main reason I got into tattooing. And then I worked at another so I jumped ship, and I'm less than a mile away from the shop that I was at, and I'm doing good over here. And then I'm building up my clientele, and then out of nowhere, we say we're gonna open up another shop, and then all stuff goes downhill from there after somebody feels like they can't trust me because they're not here. And then it ended up building an environment to where it wasn't even fun to tattoo anymore. You know, this business has a way of making you hate it and then love it and then hate it and then love it and then hate it and then love it, and then just keep going through the cycles of you know, tattooing is definitely a hate and love relationship, you know what I mean? And then, you know, here we are, the whole journey so far has only been 6 years. It hasn't been a crazy long amount of time, but I could definitely say that I kind of took my own route. I did a little bit of the old school, the new school, everything that, you know, you did. I did a traditional apprenticeship, supposedly. I did it. I learned how to tattoo a lot on my own. The shop that I went to after I left the first shop that I was at, it was kind of sink or swim. You know, we're not going to teach you anything. You know, start tattooing and then don't fuck this up. But also, if you want to do something, make sure you're able to do it, but learn on your own. You know, we're not, you know, you're a full tattoo artist, learn this. But at the same time, I got into this because I love fucking tattooing. I wanted to be able to create. I wanted to be able to learn, and I always want to keep getting better. I am here at 6 years of tattooing, and I feel like I think when I feel like I can't learn anything else in tattooing, I'll probably just stop tattooing, because what's the point in peaking and staying at the top where, you know, there's nobody peaks in tattooing. Nobody peaks in tattooing. There's always something to learn. There's always something new to do. There's always something new to try. There's always, you know, different fun stuff to do. You know, and there's new styles all the time. There's mashup of styles to where you think about putting a traditional tattoo into a new realistic tattoo and find a way to mix it up and go, you know, full hybrid on it. You know, I'm still learning. I'm still learning a lot. I'll never claim to know it all, and I'll always want to keep getting better. And you guys, if I keep doing YouTube videos, you guys will definitely see me, you know, improving throughout my videos over weeks, months, years. I'll always keep getting better and learning how to do different stuff. You know what I mean? That's also one of the reasons I wanted to start a YouTube channel. I wanted to document my work other than just pictures. I wanted to actually record me doing a tattoo, watching me do this technique, and then watching me a year from now doing another technique going, damn, that took me a half hour back then, now I'm doing that shit in 5 minutes, you know what I mean? I definitely don't want to, I'll never claim to know it all, and like I said, if I ever did, I'd probably end up chasing another hobby and doing something else, you know what I mean? But long story short, that's how I got into tattooing. That's what made me want to tattoo. I'll definitely make more videos about that, because there's certain subjects about me and my brother doing an apprenticeship, the first tattoo shop style that I went to compared to the style that I'm working at now. There's so much in depth that I just skipped over. I just gave you guys the quick run through. I'm definitely going to want to shoot more videos and discuss those in detail, and hopefully other tattoo artists can relate to it. Hopefully it motivates young artists to want to keep doing more stuff. And it's definitely, I definitely want to let young tattoo artists or young becoming tattoo artists to not get discouraged, because this business is rough when you first start out. You know, you're not going to make money right away. You're not going to make money, you know, and you're not going to make millions in your first 5 years of tattooing. You're not going to make, you know, if you're in this business to make money, and you're in this business to get famous and be in magazines and TV shows and stuff like that, you're probably in this business for the wrong reason, and it's not going to work out for you, because that stuff is not instant by a long shot, you know what I mean? Oh, speaking of magazines, check this out. I got this. I met this lady Jen at the Philadelphia convention last year, and she tells me that she likes my work, and then to hit her up, and she would put me in Pain magazine as one of the Pain faves. I think it says Pain faves. Pain faves. So shout out to Jen. You guys can follow her on Instagram. Her name is Jaylo Pain. That's Jaylo Pain. But tell me that don't make me look important.